Hi, I'm Kristen, fellow mom and your biggest cheerleader in all things motherhood and parenting. My husband and I co founded Parker Baby Co. with one mission in mind: to nurture and grow strong families. And that mission continues right here on Rude Conversations. So grab a cozy drink, take a deep breath, and remember, you're not alone in this journey. Hey everyone, welcome back to Rooted Conversations. My name is Kristen Hebner and I am the co-owner of Parker Baby and Parker Kids. And today I have my really good best friend, Abby Carey. And along with being my best friend, she is my husband's cousin.
Which worked out very well.
It
That was a
did.
happy
So
accident.
we're best friends and family. Because as you guys know, finding moms and friends is really difficult. And then finding time to see those people is very difficult. And so Abby and I have forced hangouts, which is really great. We are forced to hang out because our families hang out. And it's really great because we have to be together, not because we don't want to be together, but we have to make time to be together. And it's the best. And not that you're not intentional, because Abby is one of the most intentional people I know. And so even if we didn't have these forced hangouts, you would be super intentional about seeing each other. And I just love that about you.
You know, when you're in the thick of motherhood and sports schedules and all the things, it's like making time to see people is tough stuff. So that's why Marco Polo exists and other things where you can be face to face, even if you're not face to face.
Yes, for sure. Marco Polo has saved Abby and I quite a few times.
For sure.
Yeah, Abby and I. So you had a really interesting intro to motherhood. Right up the same time, I had a really interesting intro to motherhood. So I had twins at 20. I don't know how old I was. I was young, and I had twins right away. And Abby, you're a year older than me, and you can explain your intro to motherhood.
Yeah, well, I had Lucy. So Lucy and the twins are what, a week apart, 10 days apart, something like that. So they're so close. And we lived in Colorado Springs at the time. You guys are in Parker. So we're on the same trajectory, but not super close to each other.
Right.
But then Ryan deployed. And so I feel like there was a lot of family gatherings in that first year of Lucy being born. Well, one, she never slept. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how to.
But you were single momming it.
But I was single momming because Ryan was deployed to, the Middle East at the time. And it was we got to talk every day. We got to FaceTime, but it's not the same as having a person in your house. And thankfully, my mom drove down from Fort Collins to Colorado Springs twice a week just to help out. And I never felt like I didn't have the village, but it's different when it's not your spouse. You know what I mean?
And that first baby. Yeah.
Oh man. It's just, I look back now, I'm like, man, I cared about so much more stuff that I don't care about with the last baby.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
So yeah.
I just remember some very, you and me we had a couple conversations where I felt like you were one of the only people that really understood how hard it was. Because
you had it way harder.
No, I think we were just at different hards.
That's the thing. And that's what a lot of people, I feel that way with stages of motherhood too. I don't think people with teenagers have it easier just because their kids can feed themselves. It's a different hard. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't think there's a single mom that's like, oh, they got it easy.
No.
I would never say that on anyone.
Oh, for sure. And that's why whenever people are like, oh, I don't know how you did it with twins, or every mom does it. You just put your head down and you just do it. You have no choice. Yeah. Sorry.
I know. Well, I remember that when I was past my due date now, and I asked my mom, I don't know if I can do it. How do I know if I can do it? She's like, you just do. And I'm like, yeah. Okay. Yeah. And then she's like, well, there's a reason people have more than one. You kind of forget how hard it was. So you'll be fine.
Yeah.
You know? And sure enough, we ended up having 3 more because I forgot how hard it was, and
Yep.
it worked out great.
And the magic of it definitely outweighs the heart of it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
With childbirth and the rearing of kids, which is a
Yes.
great segue into camping too, because I do think
Perfect.
the
Yes.
magic of camping outweighs how
The
hard it
heart.
is.
That is so true. Okay, so that is what we were talking about today. Thanks, Abby. You're so good at
Yeah.
this. You should probably do my job. We are talking about camping. Now, I had to bring someone on to talk about this because I've been camping a whole whopping one time in my life. And like literally like childhood to today, I have been camping one time. So I was like, who should I talk to? And Abby and Ryan are like really good at this. So
I wouldn't say that, but we have done it a lot. So I think there's a lot
is
that
anybody
you
good at camping? I don't know.
yeah. No,
You're
and
brave.
I grew up camping all the time. So, and I will clarify to anyone listening that RV camping is different than tent camping. And tent camping, I'm a novice and I don't truly care about it. So, RV camping is where like that I grew up with. And I mean, it's like a pop-up, so it was still like a tent on wheels, you know, it was nothing fancy. Um but that's some of my favorite memories as kids. And so like the times where I saw my parents' marriage challenged the most was in camping. And so it's like, yeah, it's been really fun. It's been fun to do it as a family. We've done all different kinds of like, you know, where it's just like you take an RV and it's just basically a road trip, but you're in an RV.
Mhm,
We've done national forest, national park camping. And you know, it's comfy when you're in an RV for the most part. And
mhm,
then some that's just like in our backyard, like at Boyd Lake or you know something like that, where it's
mhm.
easy, low threat, but it's nice to just kind of like get away and like yes, it's a lot of work leading up. It's not a vacation like
Right.
you might
Yes.
think, but it's a different way to like get out and kind of, you know, do something with your kids, sharpen your axe from the day to day of your life. And I don't know, it's been really fun for us too as a family.
Yeah, I have so many questions. Like, I'm
Okay.
just sitting here like, "Oh my gosh." So what do you feel like you come home when you get home from camping, like, what are you like, "This is what we learned," or, "This is what I'm really glad we did this because XYZ."
Yeah. I mean, it really depends on the type of trip you take and what I think that's one of the biggest things is like setting your expectations as spouses before you take your kids and just being like I told Ryan, I was like, if I sit by the campfire every night, that's what I need. Like that.
Yeah.
I
Mm,
don't care
mhm,
what the rest of the day entails. And Ryan's like, okay, so because I was planning on just like we go, we sleep, we keep driving, we sleep, you know, and I'm like, no, I need
mhm.
to like set up camp to
Okay.
feel like we got
Right,
our nature like fill, you know. And
right.
so that's an important thing before, but then when we get back, yeah, it's really just like for me it's the quality time with the kids outside
Mhm,
and getting them to show them like a different part of whether it's the US or truly is like our backyard. Like we've been to Boyd
mhm,
Lake like twice and both times we went camping. You know, we don't really go
mhm,
there otherwise. And so I think it's just like, yeah, getting to experience that time with your kids. And then for me, you know, I work full time, Ryan works full time. And so camping is not something that's it's not any vacation with your kids is a trip, not a
right.
vacation,
Yes,
you know.
that's what
And
I always
so
say too. It's a
you
work
know,
trip.
yes, yeah. So it's fun to be other places. It's still
Yeah.
a lot of work, and camping takes a lot of preparation and work.
Mhm.
But the I don't know. Have you ever heard the two lumberjacks like analogy about sharpening your axe?
No.
Okay, so there's two lumberjacks. They both you know start chopping wood at the same time. One leaves at noon for an hour and then comes back and continues to chop wood. And the one in a lumberjack just chops the whole day. And at the end of the day, the one that left for an hour was like, always had chopped more. And so finally, the one lumberjack is like, how do you, like, I'm working more than you. How do you chop more wood than me? And he goes, I leave at noon and I go sharpen my axe. And like, that's not
Mm,
working. But I think
right.
when you, whether you like work out of the home or you are full time with kids, you have to take that time to do something different to like
Mhm.
sharpen your axe for the day
Mhm.
to day of like whatever it's going to entail. So,
Right.
yeah, it's a lot of work, but it's always worth it for us.
Right.
And yeah, it's just that kind of like time with your kids. It's super focused where there's not the distractions of like getting laundry done or getting whatever
Mhm.
else house tasks that need to be done. It's just kind of like you're there with your kids, you get to experience something new that you probably haven't done either, and that's like kind of the whole goal of it.
Right. Okay. So with you mentioning multiple times how much work it is, how do you split up that work between you and Ryan?
Yeah,
Like,
good question. So because we do RV camping, I'm pretty much, I will make sure we have all the food, all the, even where we're staying, kind of the planning preparation of that done. An RV is like a beast, and there's a lot to make sure that it's like operating, especially if like it has a toilet in it, like that has to get cleaned out. So Ryan will do the like mechanical stuff of making sure
mhm,
like we can get to our destination. And
right.
I do a lot of the planning prepping stuff. And that is a fair burden split, in my opinion, because
Yeah.
I do not, I also don't want to drive the RV. Not my
Mhm.
thing. I
No.
want to passenger princess. And
Right,
when
for
I say
sure.
that with kids, like they can't get up and walk around an RV. And so there is a time, I mean, like, because we've done a motorhome, so we also have a towable, so that's a different kind of thing. Like when we've done a towable trip, you're in your car, so it's like a road trip, and you
Mhm.
get there, and then you set up camp. In an RV or like in a motorhome, those are really fun trips because it makes the road trip really fun. But it's like
Mhm.
the kids want to walk around, and I'm like, you can't get up, like, and
Right.
we took Annie when she was like 18 months old. So she's just starting to toddle around anyways. I'm like, you're already not secure on your feet.
Right.
Don't try to get up and walk around a moving
Right.
vehicle.
Yeah.
Like, so I will say passenger princess is a different thing because it's like
Yes.
really mitigating all of the things that could happen
Right.
that would be
Right.
very harmful. Um, but that's the part that I'm like, I'd rather do that than have to drive on the
That
interstate.
huge thing.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Do you have, like, go-to like, meals and stuff that you do for camping?
Yeah, so it's like, I mean,
Because Abby's a really good cook and a really good baker, so I wanna know all the things that you, because
yeah.
I feel like everyone always talks about how much better food and coffee tastes when you're camping. Is that
Oh,
true?
coffee. I will say, so cowboy coffee is my favorite thing.
Mhm.
And
What is that?
it's just grounds in your cowboy, your like a enamel coffee pot with
Okay.
water in it.
Okay.
And then you heat it up for like 5 minutes. I don't, there's some that have like a filter thing to hold the grounds, like a percolator, and
Uh-huh.
ours doesn't have that. But how you get the grounds to settle is you then pour cold water around the side of it, and the cold water traps the grounds to the bottom, and then you pour it. So it's very similar to a French press, except like there's no press part. The water
Okay.
does the press part.
Mhm.
And I don't know why it just tastes so good. And I will say I've tried to replicate it at home. It's better camping.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
not the same.
Mhm.
So yeah, coffee with the cowboy coffee pot is like my favorite thing. But then like I try, depending on what the day is, like so we often are like road trip RVers. So we like get to a spot, we sleep, we wake up the next day and we have another 8 hour drive, get to that spot, sleep. So it's like that's different than like when you go to a place and you like plan to stay there for 2 or 3 days.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, in that case, like oatmeal super easy because you can just heat up your water. Like whether you have a microwave or not, like typically we'll do dry camping, which is like, yes, we have a toilet and a microwave and a generator and whatever, but like dry camping, you're not hooking up to anything. So you don't necessarily have electricity unless you're going to turn on your generator, which we try not to. A lot of times those spots are like you try to be quiet and stuff.
Mm.
Um, so we'll like oatmeal is really easy because you just need hot water. And yeah, I'm trying to think what else. Like, so breakfast can be tame, or it can be like you can make bacon and eggs over the fire if
Mhm.
you want. Um, and then like, yeah, again, depending on if you have refrigeration or not, like yogurt's so easy. But I would say like dinners are the ones like we like to go all out and we'll get like nice steaks and kind of
Mhm.
like have a night where we have like a fun meal, but then you can still do hot dogs and stuff.
Right.
But for
Yeah.
Ryan and I, we want like still the good food.
Yeah.
like,
Yep. Mhm.
um,
It's still work trip.
yeah,
Yeah.
still a work trip.
It's still a
Yeah.
work trip.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, so I would say meals are very much like if you're in an RV, it can be pretty easy. You just have to get creative with like you might eat a lot of the same it's helpful to eat a lot of the same food in different ways, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
So like if you have potatoes, you can chop them up and put them in like one of those like, tin foil things over the
Mhm. The
fire or
packets. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, or I don't know. It's fine to eat that for like several meals. But we also are like, I mean, we've pulled up to a Texas Roadhouse and just ordered
Mhm.
catering and ate it in the parking lot,
Yeah.
or not catering, but the to go
Right.
and eat in the parking lot. Like, we're not afraid of doing that either, especially the road trip ones. Cause sometimes, like, we've been driving all day, we've been like
Right.
managing kids. Last thing we want to do is like
Yeah.
break out the generator and try to cook a meal right now. So,
Right.
so yeah, so I really think it kind of depends on what you like too, but that's where the planning ahead really comes in handy. And
Mhm.
there are times where I have not planned ahead. I mean, that's one thing that I think RVing is fun. Like you have to be prepared in some things, more on Ryan's side with the mechanics of it. But I'm like, I'm placing a Walmart pickup order for the next town we hit,
Right.
and we're just gonna get groceries on the road,
Right.
like
Mhm.
so you can be a little bit more flexible that way. And it's kind of fun when it's a fly by the seat of your pants trip.
Right.
Uh I mean, obviously, if you are renting an RV or you don't have an RV, you have to plan ahead quite a bit. But one app that I really like is called Harvest Hosts, and that one's been really fun because camping spots are like real aggressive. So if like by February you don't have your camping spot in a national park, like you're not getting one. I think they open up in February and they sell out by like
Yeah.
mid-February.
Oh, wow.
So it can just be like so crazy, or it's like $80 for a place that you're like, I don't know if like we're gonna like it or if that's on the way
Right.
or whatever. Um, so Harvest Host is really great. You pay for a subscription for the year, and then you it's like farms, wineries, breweries. Some of it's like you pull up and like you sleep in a parking lot. But like if you can get to a farm or something, like we stayed at this beautiful place in Wyoming. And you just pull up, you sleep, you wake up, like typically you meet the people. How they kind of sell it is like it's free to stay there, but then like some people are like they sell something, so you're like kind of have this like obligation to like buy something. I'm like, well, I would so much rather buy like fresh eggs from this local farmer and stay in a cool spot where I don't have,
For sure.
like 10 other campers that are butted up
Yeah.
against me. So that's really fun. So Ryan and I sometimes will like get on the road and I'll be like, okay, let's just see if there's any harvest hosts we can get like next day. And we're like kind of planning as we go because are we going to be able to make it 6 hours tonight? Or going to be able to make it
Right.
10 hours, And
Right.
so then we'll kind
Yeah.
of like, we can game it a little bit too.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um,
What do you guys do during the day, like, with the kids, when you stay in
yeah.
one spot for a while?
So one of my favorite spots was dispersed camping. It's called Tom Minor. It's outside Yellowstone. And I mean, we're like up in this spot and it's dispersed camping, which basically means like forest road, kind of like it'll just be like technically you can camp there, but it's like there's no trace that anyone has been there before. It's like so. And I'm like, I think we're the only people in like 10 miles. Like it was
Oh my
like
gosh.
cool, but also kind of eerie. We're like, whoa, if we like screamed, no one could hear us, But it
Yeah.
was awesome. And that was one where we just like did like hikes from our spot. We came back, we'd have lunch. Our favorite thing is to bring board games and or
Mhm.
card games, really. I shouldn't say
Mhm.
board games. That's not a very camping friendly, but like Phase 10's a huge favorite. Ryan and I found a 2-player Catan once. So when
Oh,
the kids
fun.
go down, we'll play
Yeah.
like 2-player card games. And the kids are at the age where like, they can pretty much all play Uno and all these ones that are just like
Right.
fun to play. And so yeah, it can be a lot. I mean, if we're going to a place too, like there's a place in Wyoming called Sugarloaf Campground, and there's like easy hikes, but then it also has like little fishing spots and
Mm,
place you can wade into the water and stuff like that. So I think it kind of depends on where you go and what you're doing. But I mean, our favorite things are to do. I say hikes, like nature walks. You know what I mean?
right.
Like it's
Yes.
nothing crazy
Yeah.
strenuous. We're not going to be like burned out by the end of the day, but
Right.
we can get out. And then there's a good mix of just like chilling by the campfire too.
Yeah. I love that. Do you know how to start a fire?
Yeah. I mean, it depends how long it'll take me. I usually make that be a Ryan job. Um, no, I actually Lucy, so my sister-in-law, Beth and Randy live in Washington, my in-laws. And so
Mhm.
when you go up there, I mean, we do fires all the time. It's so like in Colorado, you can't just like start a fire whenever
Right.
you want,
Mhm.
you know. But in
Mhm.
Washington, it's very wet, so we could
Right.
do it whenever.
Whenever.
So Lucy got super into starting fires. So now she's kind of our go-to fire starter when
That's
we want to
amazing.
do. And my sister-in-law taught her like the different methods for like starting a fire,
Oh my
and
gosh.
she sees it as a competition now with like because the boy cousins and stuff will all like
Right.
be like, we don't start a fire. She's like, I can do it too, you know. Like, so she's a
Oh,
hoot, but
Lucy.
she's real outdoorsy. Like she loves that
Yeah.
kind of stuff, which is
Yeah.
fun. But
That's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
Do you have any kids that hate it?
I mean, Annie doesn't like to get dirty or sandy, or she doesn't like to be wet for no reason. You know what I mean? So she's
Mhm.
like if she gets wet, she has to change. I'm like,
Right.
girl, we packed 3 outfits.
Yeah.
You're gonna cruise through them. And so she's like, she's 3, so it's like
Right.
that might be an age thing
Yeah,
too. But
for sure.
it's not that she doesn't like the outdoors. She just doesn't like. She
The
wants to be clean
dirtiness.
and dry,
Yeah.
and
Mhm. Mhm.
that doesn't go hand in hand with camping either.
No, it does
So,
not.
yeah.
Do you have any like funny story, like anything bad? What's the funniest slash worst
Oh man.
story?
I mean, it's gotta be something with just like RV septic stuff. So like the waste, it just will smell bad. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then like if you can't get that figured out, it just makes everything not fun.
Yeah.
You know?
Mhm.
Um, I
Do the
think
kids
the
notice it, or is it just you and
Oh,
Ryan that
yeah.
ruins
No, 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 no.
everything?
No, it's the kids that is like mainly. They're like, "It smells weird in here." I'm like, "Yeah, it's like the chemicals for the bathroom."
Oh,
It's
shoot.
like doesn't really work. But I mean, I think the most stressed I get is like when we have to do like tight mountain driving and you're just
Mm.
in this behemoth and I just am like,
No. Oh.
where's the like Valium here? I
Yeah,
need something to
exactly.
like just kind of mask everything that's going
Oh my
on.
god.
But no, I mean, my favorite time of travel was when we went to Yellowstone and Grand Tetons and we did Tom Minor and we came down, but like our RV was 27 feet. And to get to this dispersed camping, it said anything over 28 feet can't make it. And so we're like, we're under, but barely. And
Barely.
I mean, it's like tight turns, and
Oh
we're
my gosh.
renting an RV from our friend. So it's like, I really don't want to ruin his RV.
I
Like,
don't.
so that was stressful. But Annie was like, I want to say 6 months old. Yeah. Or like 8 months old. And it was perfect because she couldn't like really move yet. Like, I mean, she could crawl, but like not well. And so
Right.
we just kind of put pillow barricade around her and she'd just like float, it was
Yeah.
great.
Uh-huh.
Um, but that was one that was like really, really fun. Like times that were scary, but like so worth getting up there.
Right.
And then driving through Yellowstone is beautiful. But then we stopped
Yes.
at this like sandy beach. I think it was called Jackson Lake outside of like Grand Teton National Park. And
Mhm.
and it was just like the most picturesque,
Mm.
beautiful thing. And the kids were just like loving it. They were
Mhm.
just like they went swimming, like there's just kind of like a little watering hole type thing that they could swim in. And it was great. And this is like not funny now that I'm thinking about it, but it was like the worth the stress of like, can we even get our RV out
Right.
there was like so
Yes.
worth it for what came out of it. Also on that trip, the one time I did drive was at night and we're leaving Yellowstone and I heard a bison pass in front of the RV and I like slam on the brakes and we all just kind of come like crashing forward.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like, that's it. I'm not driving anymore. I can't do it. Because they're like the size of like
Oh
a
my gosh.
VW Beetle. I mean, they're like
Yeah.
huge. So
Yes.
that was, yeah, probably like
Oh my
the funny in
gosh.
hindsight because it was like the one time
Right.
I drove the entire
Yes.
trip and we almost hit a bison. And I'm like, nope, I'm done.
Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah.
can't do it.
It's like driving a semi. No, thank you. Um,
Yeah.
are you guys going anywhere this summer with
We
like
are
camping?
not camping. I mean, not yet. It'll if we do it,
I
it's
know
gonna
you.
be a last minute trip that we're just
Yeah.
gonna like take it and go. So the RV we have is a towable and it's a teardrop, so it's
Mm,
tiny. So it sleeps four technically, and we have six.
right.
So if we do it, we'll probably make the boys sleep in a tent and the girls will get the RV. But we really do like Sugarloaf Campground outside Centennial in Wyoming is like beautiful. It'll still have snow there in like June,
Mhm.
July, which is kind of fun. You know, it's not a lot of snow, but um so that might be one that we end up doing like last minute trip. But we don't haven't planned anything because we have other trips coming up. You know,
Right.
we're going to Tennessee and then Mexico and then North Dakota. So
Oh
and
my
we're going
gosh.
to two or three national parks. So it's like we're going there,
Mm,
but it's not in an RV or we're not doing
right.
camping. We're
Well, and
staying
our husbands
local.
have done like they're doing the fishing trips. Our
Yep.
husbands will camp together, and our boys,
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
and
We
then
want to get
they
the family
elk
out. It's
hike.
just hard. Elk hike. That's a different kind of camping.
Our husbands elk hunt, but we started calling it elk hiking because that's all they really do is just walk
I
miles and
mean,
miles and
so
miles.
far, like 20 miles a
Oh
day
my
of
gosh.
like not on trails.
No,
Like it's like
just
over rocks.
oh my
It's hard
gosh.
work. It just isn't
Um,
fruitful,
no,
maybe.
they did get it once. They did do that. Um, so is there anything that like that you like, I have to bring this on my trip?
Yeah. So I would say I actually have like a list of things, like random things you wouldn't think that you need to bring.
Ooh, that's interesting.
But
Love
like
that.
one is scissors. It's just so much easier to cut kids' food.
Oh,
Like
for
even if
sure.
you have an RV, but like you typically counter space is like that big,
Right. I
like
did okay,
cutting
side
food.
quest. I was at a restaurant the other day, like a nice restaurant, and this mom had her daughter there, and she, like, pulled scissors out of her
Yeah.
purse. And I
Oh
was
man,
like,
I bring
"That
scissors
I love that so much."
everywhere. Yeah. So scissors for cutting food and just like anything, it's really helpful. I am trying to think what else. Okay, so that's one. Deck of cards. Always Ziploc bags come in handy more often than you think you'll need them. Even for stuff that's like not food related, we just find that we need like Ziploc bags.
Right.
Um, Another one is that's really helpful is to have like a tote for shoes that you keep
Mm,
outside the RV because
rinse out and stuff. Probably
well,
because the shoes
yeah,
get
and you
dirty.
don't wanna, like, bring the dirty shoes in the RV, but then you can't just leave them out because there's, like, critters and spiders and,
Right.
and
Ugh.
so having a tote that you kinda, like, can keep it contained is really
Do you put a
handy.
lid on it?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, okay, got it, got it.
and then too, sometimes Orion will put it, like, underneath the RV, if you can, otherwise, yeah, it's, like, one of those things where you just find you need it more often than not,
Mhm.
I gotta look at my list, see what other things. The cowboy coffee pot,
Oh, yeah.
paper towels. I mean, that's probably more obvious, but man, we can go through paper towels. And then another one is like the power packs, like battery packs. Because like
Oh,
you won't always know if you have a
yes.
connection or something, and if you're
Right.
using your phone for
Mhm.
maps or whatever, it just
Those are
runs
just
out
my daily
quickly.
life.
I
I don't e I
know.
love
Yeah.
my battery pack
Yeah,
so
it's
much.
so handy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say that's some stuff. I mean, if you have like little ones, like and they're used to white noise, that can be hard in RV because you're
Mm,
all now in one room. So if like the
right.
big kids are wrestling through the night and you have like an 18-month-old who still needs their white noise. I mean, sometimes you get to sleep by a river and you have natural white noise,
Right.
but other
Yeah.
times it's like, oh my gosh, we're just sleeping in a tin can and all the rustling is like
Right.
echoing.
Yeah. Yeah.
so so yeah, like I don't know, I'm sure there's a million other things that I'll think of, but you can also overpack, and we've done that.
Yeah.
And we've like, carried some like, oh, we're gonna play a board game or whatever every
Right.
day. And then we're like, we just have shoved this board game from like cabinet to cabinet and never used it.
I do
you
feel like
know?
camping is one of those things too when you think you're gonna have all this time and then night comes
Yeah.
so fast.
Yeah.
I feel like that's something I that one time I went camping, I thought I was gonna be so bored, and it was gonna be like, "What are we gonna do all day long?" And then,
Yeah.
like, night came so fast.
Yeah. Well, and it just is like, again, we do a
You're
lot of
not
like,
really bored.
no. And I mean, it depends what you want to get out of it, but it's like for us, we just like sitting in nature too. Like that's
Right,
kind of the purpose is to
right,
not be like having a lot to do, having,
right.
being in the moment kind of thing. So
I
I don't
just am
know.
really scared of ticks.
Yeah, I am too. I actually saw an
Have you
interesting,
had any ticks on you guys?
honestly, and when we brought our dog, we'd get ticks all the time. And then since not having a dog, we don't. And the vet explained it to me as like, well, your dog has tick medication. So the tick latches onto him and it's like, wait, I don't like this. And so they just look for the
Oh,
next available
host.
person. And yeah. So I'm like, I'm trying to think if my kids have. I know they have. I just can't remember when it was, if we were camping or not.
I have a very type A child, and I had mentioned one thing about ticks the other day, and, at 2 AM, she comes down and wakes me up and made me check her for ticks.
Yeah. You
So,
did that. That's
I
you.
did that at 2 AM.
No, I mean ticks are more prominent in Nebraska for sure. We don't
Yes.
get as many
No, and
where I'm at.
well, yeah, when it's colder, especially yeah, up in the mountains and stuff,
Yeah.
but I don't like ticks.
No. There's icky feeling.
But I like that tip about the Tupperware thing for shoes with the lid. That's a really good idea. Even for
Yeah.
t tent camping, I feel like that's a really good idea.
Well, the last thing you want is like wet shoes
Yeah,
or dirty shoes
because
in
that
your
one time I
sleeping
went
space.
camping, I was like, "It's so dirty in my bed." Like,
Yeah.
so,
It's
I
not
like that.
pleasant. And it turns you off to camping forever,
Yeah,
apparently.
obviously.
No, it's good. I think the other thing too is like having something to listen to on, so like, I'll won't forget when we're going into Yellowstone, and the kids, we had let them pull out tablets finally. Well, then we get into Yellowstone and they just like are staying on the tablets. Like, guys,
Right.
get
Look
off. Like,
around.
what are you doing?
Yeah.
And I'm like, you don't understand. Like, this is like once in a lifetime.
Yes.
Maybe not. We can go there again. But and so we, get them off their tablets or whatever, and but it was like it's a lot of driving, and it's not like we also all
Mhm.
get car sick. Like
Yep.
everyone but Ryan gets car sick, which is not
That's
fun.
lovely.
And so they're like, well, if we look out, we get car sick, whatever. But they like what really helped was having something to listen to. So there's a couple things, like I mean, we listen to like Adventures in Odyssey.
Mhm.
Have you ever listened to
Classic.
Nat Theo? I love Nat Theo. That's a good one.
I don't know
Um,
if I have.
it's just real short. It's like Nat Geo, but Theo for
Oh,
like
theology.
theology. And she just shares little things on like creation, like how things are made, like why hummingbirds do,
Oh,
why
cool.
their wings
What's that
flap.
on?
Spotify. I
Okay.
mean, it's a podcast. So,
Yeah.
and she's actually based in Loveland, so that's kind of fun.
Oh,
But
that's cool.
she interviews really cool people, but then she also will just do like little segments that will be like 10 minutes long, but she just like goes into like extreme detail on like why lizards have eyelids and snakes don't, or like
Oh,
whatever it
yeah.
is type thing that's
That's
really
cool.
interesting. So that's a fun thing to listen to. But then there's another app called Audio, and it's like on your drive, it'll have like different historical landmarks that are like podcast style. So it'll be like, okay, so like
Oh,
driving through here, you can click on it and it'll like tell
okay.
you the history or like of
That's
that place,
perfect.
which is
'Cause
really fun.
we're driving to Nashville and
Yeah, you are.
we're doing like civil rights and Civil War like stops. And
Cool.
Sam and I were just talking today about how we need to find some like podcasts for the kids to listen to like
Yeah, look that one up. Audio. It's like
audio. It's an app.
AUTIO. It's an app.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that because that'll be good.
But yeah, so I think having something to listen to. And then other like tips and tricks for people who do have kids that get nauseous is like the big 32-ounce cups. I
Uh-huh.
don't know when you're growing up, we would bring a bowl, like a mixing bowl
Yeah.
for a barf bowl, but we'd bring it on the
Uh-huh.
road
No, we just
or
went out the
a plastic
window.
sack.
We were
Window.
just like out the window.
Going 75 miles an hour.
Yeah. Bit far enough out.
Yeah. But yeah, so we bring the cups because then they can fit in a cup holder. You know, they don't have to
Oh my
hold on to
gosh.
it. But like those big like Dickies cups, or I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like so many restaurants have them.
We just do those blue puke bag, like the ones with the like ring around it.
Yeah, yeah, the airplane sickness bags. Yeah,
Mhm.
or hospital.
Yeah.
I remember saving mine when I gave birth, and I'm like, I'm saving this for when we do road trips.
They tell you take everything you can from the hospital
Yeah,
when you give
yep,
birth.
even the barf
So
bag.
even the barf bags, take everything
Um,
you can.
yeah. No, I think another one is like, we got these motion patches. Have you ever seen those? And
No?
they're like, um, herbal like motion patches, and you can either put it behind your ear or on your navel. And so those have been lifesavers
Really?
because we used to just stock up on Dramamine, but the kids didn't like the way it tastes, or they didn't like that it made them sleepy, or
Yeah, like,
whatever.
by the time we got there, they were, like, still sleepy.
Yeah, yeah, and then, but these motion patches, I mean, they last for, like, several days too, which is super nice. Like, I'll just when we go to
Oh,
Tennessee, I'll just leave it on the whole time.
okay. Because
Um,
I only have one kid that gets not, like, car
do you?
sick. Like, Ava
That's
can
nice.
literally read her book, on her way to Estes.
That's insane.
Right?
I can't sit in the passenger side in the front and not vomit going up to Estes.
Is that not wild? Like, Ava, my child who is emetophobia, who is terrified of vomiting, will even get sick going up the zigzags of a mountain. Like,
That's crazy. Yeah.
and Eleanor, like, will read for 5 minutes going down the highway and be like, "Woo!"
Yep, that's me for
Yeah.
sure. And every time I'm like, well, maybe I'm over it. Maybe it won't be that bad. No, you know. And Ryan is very kind, but you can tell it annoys him that we all get car sick. And he's like, you did this to our children
Yeah,
because I don't
yes,
get car
your
sick. Like,
genes.
sorry. Um, but yeah,
And then you
no.
have to find something that they got from him, then you have to, like,
Oh,
start like, "Oh, well, I don't know."
I'm trying to
Then
think
you
of a bad
struggle,
quality.
then you struggle, and you're like, "Oh, there's nothing bad about my children, so I don't know."
I know. Their only flaw is that they
Yes,
get car sick.
and they got it from me. Dang it.
Yeah. Oh man. No, that's the motion patches have saved us. That's
I'm gonna have to
been
get that link.
a win.
Maybe I'll put it in the show
Yeah.
notes. I've never said that before.
Yep. That's so
Okay, well,
funny.
thank you so much. This was so fun.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think it's one of those things too is I'll never pretend to be the pro at it, but we do like it and we've done it
Yeah.
enough,
I
you
think with
know?
camping, it's very much an open-handed it's you have to do it
Yeah,
with open hands. Like,
for sure.
it's just gotta be.
Yeah. And like I said, it's not that it's not work, but it is worth it.
Mhm,
It's the
mhm.
magic that makes it worth it. At least for us. And maybe you try it and it's not your thing, and that's okay too. But I think in the end, there are people who do it so much and are the pros, and that's all they share on their socials
Right.
because they do it all the time. And like following those people are super helpful. I think for us it's like just make it attainable. Make it what you want it to be. If it's
Mm-hmm.
just a road trip and you eat at Texas Roadhouse, you're not grilling over a campfire. Great. Who cares? You
Right.
know?
Yeah. Make it
Um,
yours.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of, I think, benefits just to getting out with your kids too. Like, oh, I'm remembering there was a study done. Um, I have to remember it was the American Pediatric, but it was basically they did a study with moms and daughters having conversations, and they one set they kept them inside and they just walked like on an indoor track, and the only difference in the study was they had the other group walk outside, and both moms and daughters reported like better overall conversations. They said that their closest was better and the content of their conversations was higher quality outside, which I was like, it's
Mm.
just so interesting that like,
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reason God created nature for us to enjoy
For
it,
sure.
and
Mm-hmm.
it's healthy and beneficial for us. So, um,
It makes
yeah, so
sense.
yeah, and I
Yeah. I
think you
love
feel
that.
it too when you get to experience
Mm-hmm.
that with your kids, you know, like they feel it and you feel it. So,
I
it's
do
worth it.
think that even in photos, when you look back on people, like the one time I went camping, and like when Sam goes on these fishing trips, or like when Sam's taken the kids without me a couple times,
Sure.
and okay, just to clarify, I'm not this like super against. He took the kids when I had babies at home, so like I couldn't go because I had like a baby. Anyways,
Right. Yeah, yeah.
but like the pictures I look at these pictures, everybody is like glowing.
Oh,
Have you
yeah.
ever noticed that about
Oh, for sure.
camping pictures? Like the kids are glowing. Like the biggest smiles you'll ever see on your kids is like when they're camping.
Yeah.
And they're like dirty and oh my gosh, August, the pictures and content
Oh my
I
gosh.
see of those boys from the fishing trip is like some of my favorite.
Oh, that's
But
my
like,
favorite for sure, and I'll always zoom in on the pictures, and I'm like, "Oh, his shoes are soaked, and I know he didn't pack another pair." Or like, you zoom in and you're like, "That is like crusted over
oh, and
dirt
they
from
just don't
days,"
even
and they
care.
love it. They love it. It's
Yeah,
the best time of their lives.
Sam will be like, "Will you pack for Gus for the fishing trip?" I'm like, "Why? Why am I packing? You literally don't change his clothes. Like every single year, I pack 3 outfits and he comes home in the same freaking outfit."
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm the same. Well, it's like there was one, maybe it was last fishing trip, and then Ryan said something like, "Well, Gus and Carl decided to go swimming because it's warm enough," and I was like, "Did you pack a swimsuit?" And he's like, "Nope." I'm like, "Well, you
Aw.
don't need a swimsuit, whatever. It's a
Yeah.
guy's trip." But
Guys
then that
trip.
was like his only shorts that he had brought. And then he was wearing, I think he had one pair of jeans that he wore the rest of the
Oh
time. I'm
my
like,
gosh. That's
whatever,
fine,
they make it work.
whatever.
Everyone's always alive at the end,
I
you know?
know, barely. Gus is always so tired. He is so happy. But yeah, those are even me, like the pictures, even me, the pictures of me on that trip, I am like glowing. I don't know. There's something about it
Yeah.
being in
Yeah.
nature and
Oh,
the
for sure.
quality time, having your phone off. That's a big part of it too. I don't think we
Yeah.
touched on enough is like being away from your phone.
Disconnecting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was the thing, I was saying Tom Miner was like, "Whoa, no one could hear us if we screamed." It wasn't even that. It was like, we have no cell service. So it's
Hmm.
like,
Yeah.
if we need to scream, we
Yeah.
for sure, like, yeah, no one would hear us. But it was, there's just some magic about it where I'm like, if there's something about like being unreachable by the outside world, other
Hmm.
than like, your little nuclear family. It's just
Hmm.
like kind of the best.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Abby, and thanks for being here. And thank you to everybody who's listening and being part of our little village and family of Parker Baby. And we just love nurturing and growing strong families, and you guys are a huge part of that. So thanks for being here, and I hope you join us for our next episode next month. Thanks. Thank you so much for tuning in to Rooted Conversations. I hope this episode reminded you that you're growing. You're growing a strong family, and you're growing as a parent. One moment, one choice, and one hug at a time. I'll see you next time.